am I the only one who's actually tired of seeing these pro-black mofos like constantly trying to tell you who you should marry, who you should fall in love with, all the while, there happen to be a community dick.
What are you doing, bro?
Y'all know who Dr. Umar is. If you don't know, Dr. Umar is one of those pro-black influencers that just, all about, black power, Africanism, so on and so forth. And he's been collecting money to build a school for the past 12 years. And, yeah, that money's gone. But anyway, so he's on this podcast, right? And he's talking to this other guy. He, light-skinned brother, probably Hispanic. He looks more Hispanic than his light-skinned brother, right? So then, and this dude, he's getting up, and Umar is getting up in these dudes behind because he happened to marry a white woman. Oh my God, the sin of committing a sin of marrying a white woman. Check it out.
Fucking apart.
So as you can see, right? So it doesn't matter whether or not you actually, you are as an entrepreneur, you provide, jobs for the black community, people were able to feed off of whatever you're doing. You provide like a stability for other black families. No. None of that matter. As a matter of fact, your contribution to the black community doesn't mean shit. If you happen to be going home to a white woman, now, you're supposed to be marrying black in order for you to prove that you care for the black community. Wait, is Dr. Umar have a black family? Well, according to, I guess, Wikipedia, he actually had a ceremony in 2021 where he happened to actually marry like two black beautiful queen. So therefore, if you let him tell it, basically, it makes sense because, as a Pan-Africanism, right, marrying one woman, being committed to just one woman, one black queen, is the antithesis of following the protocol of Eurocentric propaganda, Eurocentric rules, and he's above that. Matter of fact, Dr. Umar, he is so pro-black. It's not enough to just have one black queen, because if there's only one black queen, then so many other black queens will be so lonely. And he has to spread his seed and actually swing his, little Johnson all over the place to make sure that all these black, beautiful Pan-African queens get to ride some of that Dr. Umar.
Was helping him clean up and stuff. We got on the topic of relationships because I knew he was never going to settle down. I knew of his past. I knew a lot of things. So I was
what
even
you know
trying
from
to
his
flex.
past? What was going on in his past, real quick?
Ooh, well, Umar had a plethora of women. Like I stated, I knew about that young sister who was older than me, actually. And then I knew about, remember back in the day, he had the video, Hoochie Mama, that he was sleeping with, and it came out all over the, I don't know if you remember that. In Atlanta, that's when I heard it off of Hot 106 or V106.
V106 and he was sleeping with a Hoochie Mama.
She was on the videos and twerking and popping and all of that back in the day. She was called like the video vixen or something. Like, I don't even remember her name. I was so hurt by that because I was like, not because it affected me because I was sleeping with him, but it was like, how you a Pan-African is educator and you're doing all this for the quote unquote kids, but you're sleeping around with strippers. But she was a stripper. And she was like in all the videos before this whole like lifestyle.
Not the black woman is God.
Or queen. That part, Tasha.
Go ahead, keep going.
Creating the problem that you claim that you want to solve in the black community. You're not making an honest woman out of none of these broads that you hitting and quitting, right? You use your influence, as you said to that young chick that was in Tasha K's podcast. You just want side chicks.
This man, our first conversation was basically like, I'm going to F you. I don't know what I could say on your show. And
yeah, you can say
I'm going to fuck you. And you're going to be my fuck person in your town because I travel a whole lot. And I was
Side broad. So where you travel, no matter what town you go to, you have, I got hoes. I got hoes and different area code. That's what you want from the black community, from the black queen. You don't care about actually raising a family.
Yeah, I want you to let me get my
Generational wealth that you love to preach about. All you care about is grifting, using this whole black empowerment talking point, and you get all these black women to throw their pennies at you and stuff like that, and you screw the hell out of them, right? Have them, convince them enough to leave their husband, to actually do on some effery and everything like that, right? And all the while, when someone actually fall in love with a person based on their character, not the content of their skin, you want to give them a hard time.
And I am starting a petition to reverse the Supreme Court decision of June 1967. I want it reversed. We must make interracial dating between black men and black women and all other races illegal. We must do this to save the black family.
No interracial relationship is acceptable because we have too many black women who are unmarried.
I always find this weird because it doesn't really make a lot of sense. And I'll tell you why. This man is almost 50 years old. And his stance on interracial marriage is weird because of his reasoning. He says it's not acceptable because there's too many black women who are unmarried. The reason why this always gets me is because you're not married to a black woman. You telling me in almost 50 years on this earth, you haven't ran into a black woman that you wanted to marry? So it's just weird how you would critique and judge other black men when you haven't done the thing that you say you should. It's so weird to me.
This is the thing that irritates the crap out of me about when you call this so-called pro-black, right? Because a wise person once said, they want to live in a world where people are not judged based on the color of their skin, but the content of their character.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Boys meet girls. Girl recognize the potential in boy, and girl, try to push boy, encouragement, all that stuff, for boy to become better, for boy to actually zone in on his craft. And then boy recognized the loyalty in said girl, and boys and girl fell in love, and boys and girl create a family, a unit, and all that stuff. And then they're able to elevate together, grow together, all that stuff. But none of that mattered. You want these men to actually go out of their ways, whatever the case may be, right? Whoever was loyal to them while they were actually on their craft, while they were owning their craft, while they were building their own potential. It doesn't matter who are loyal to them, no. It's all about the color of the person's skin that you end up falling in love with. And if you, God forbid, that you didn't get with a black chick, you didn't fall in love with a black chick, then that makes you a horrible person. Regardless, if you're like a multi-billionaire and you end up paying you end up giving scholarship to a whole bunch of black students. No, it doesn't matter because you have a white wife. White wife. Meanwhile, you can't even make an honest woman out of one. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah. You married with 2 women. That sham of a marriage. No paper trail, no nothing, no security, none of that stuff. You just put a celebration and then you claim to marry 2 broad and all that stuff. And then, so then you can use that as an argument, be like, hey, I made an honest woman out of 2 broad. Not just 1, but 2 at the same time. Y'all ridiculous. But anyway, so let's say what do you think down below in the comment section? Do you think you cannot be pro-black, or, none of your contribution to, let's say, the black community matter because you married to a white woman? Or do you believe that you investing in the black community is enough to actually, you doing your job and it doesn't matter who you fall in love with. Yeah. I mean, I wonder if Barack's father didn't, tap that snow bunny. I wonder if would Barack be alive to be the first black president in the United States. Anyway, sorry. I'm share, like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
I have a dream that one day down in Alabama with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today.